What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that is back building. And back building is really the secret for becoming super strong. In my opinion, the back is the second most important muscle group after the legs and the glutes. And it's always going to be the case, like Louis Simmons said, that a strong man has a strong back and a weak man has a weak back. And one thing I pride myself on is that my back is pretty strong. So today I'm going to talk about the concepts and methods I use to build my back. And little heads up for those who have purchased my hybrid starter pack, I just included a complete back building chapter where I include my row and pull-up programming. So if you already purchased it, you can just download it again and it's going to be included in the updated version. And for everybody who hasn't purchased it, link in the description. Alright, so first off, I'm going to show you just some examples from my training week last week, and it's not going to be all the training I've done, but just a training specific to back training. And it's not something for you to just copy, it's merely to illustrate the concepts I'm going to talk about. So on Monday, it was kind of a recovery day. I just went and did some hang power snatches, and I haven't done Olympic lifts in years and years, and I just did them light for technique. Basically, I decided to include them as a form of loaded plyometric, but this is the first concept: full body explosive movements. And Olympic lift variations are great for that, but you don't have to learn the full Olympic lifts. You can just do them from the hang and the power variations where you only go down into a quarter squat, and you can do the hang power snatch and the hang power clean. And the learning curve is much simpler than with the full Olympic lifts, but you don't have to use a barbell at all. You can also do kettlebells, and that's what we're going to get into next. So on Tuesday I did some long cycle, I did double 32s, I did double 30s, I did double 28s, and long cycle is a clean and jerk with a kettlebell, and the double kettlebell clean really trains the back in a very effective fashion. So that's another example of a full body explosive movement. And then on Thursday, I went and did double half snatch with kettlebells. I made a video about that the other day, about that exercise, but that's really one of the most effective ways to train the back using kettlebells. And again, we're having a full body explosive movement. And after the double half snatch, I decided to do some barbell rows, and because my back was really fried at that point, took a very light weight, 40 kilograms, and did 4 sets of 20. But I also use heavy barbell rows. All types of rows are good. So that's the second concept. If you want to build your back, you should row, and all variations of rows are good. My favorite is the bent over row. I made a video about that as well, so check that out. You can do it with barbell, you can do it with kettlebells, but also one arm rows are great, supported rows, gorilla rows, renegade rows. Basically all variations are fantastic for giving you a stronger back. And then on Saturday I went and did more long cycle, of course. So I did double 25 kilograms and did a 6-minute set and did 51 reps. So it's a little bit of a higher pace, a little bit of a lighter weight, but again, we're training the back. And after that, I did a deadlift set and I did 70 kilograms for 70 reps. And that's the next concept, is you want to train your hinge position. So hinge is basically just bending over and bending at the hips, right? And that's really the best way to work your whole posterior chain. And here I did lightweight, relatively lightweight for high reps, because that's kettlebell sport specific, but also you need to train the conventional deadlift with higher weight, because that's really the movement that's going to allow you to handle the most amount of weight. And if you look at professional strongmen, the number one base exercise they use for their training is the conventional deadlift, and those motherfuckers are the strongest people in the world. So that already should give you a hint on why you should deadlift. And after that, in the evening, I also did some pull-ups. So I did fat grips pull-ups, and I did 18 sets of 2 reps. So variation that's challenging for the grip. And again, pull-ups are the next movement patterns you really want to include in your programming. So just to like bring all the concepts together, number one, you want to include a variety of movement patterns, a full body explosive movement, and that could be also like a sandbag lift, can be an Olympic lift, can be like a kettlebell lift. Number two, you want to have some kind of hinge, so like conventional deadlift, but could also be a good morning, could also be like a reverse hyper, but the conventional deadlift is going to be the main one, of course. Number three, you want to have some rowing variation in your program. Number four, you're going to have some pull down or pull up. So you have horizontal pulling and vertical pulling. And number five, something I didn't do last week, it's not obligatory. You can do some form of round back lifting, which is also very effective for building the back. It would be like your sandbag lift or like your maybe Jefferson curls, right? And that's like the movement patterns you want to work. And another concept that's kind of clear from the week I showed you is that the back can handle a lot of work, and it's really unique in that regard. It's really the only muscle group I can think of off the top of my head that can handle that amount of work. So you can really hit it with high reps, low reps, lightweight, heavyweight, high frequency. You can train it pretty much every time you pick up your kettlebells or your barbells or set foot in the gym. You can do something for your back. So you're not going to overtrain your back, very hard to do so. And the last thing is you want to use a variety of variations. We already talked about the movement patterns, but you can use a variety of variations and tools like barbells, kettlebells, sandbags, dumbbells. You can do bilateral, unilateral, you get the idea. So basically cover all those spaces and hit them hard, and you're going to build a big strong back. And that's really the beautiful thing about the back. You can't fake back strength, you really need to earn it by doing a lot of work. Like I said, if you want specific conventional deadlift, row and pull-up programming, check out the hybrid starter pack, link in the description, everything is included. Guys, I'm trying to make more videos for you. I just moved to a new apartment, but now going forward, I'm trying to bang out as many as I can, at least 3 to 4 a week. So stay tuned for that and see you guys next time.